are you all doing? I will be doing a Twitch stream tomorrow by itself. I tried to sleep last night, which is why I was not streaming. I need to do a Twitch stream by itself too this week. I've gathered most of my cinematic music. It's supposed to be all copyright free stuff I paid for, but I don't know if this is true, so I hope I don't get in trouble. There were some ones that were a little sketchy that I just deleted because I paid for a bundle. And sometimes with bundles, you don't always get the truth. It would be nice if it was always the truth, but it's not all the time the truth. What was I doing? She repeated the stick appearance of her hands. Faded to flesh. Buzzing of bugs. The buzzing of insects joined. The buzzing of insects joined developing sounds. No, we don't want that. We're going for dramatic. Dramatic. Dramatic and traumatic. The stick-like appearance of her hands. So I have too many of these. I will fix that later. Join the buzzing of insects during developing sounds. Her vision in front of her changed from stone and torchlight to the moon. Ground. To moonlit ground of a park. Her breath accelerated. Accelerated and tolerated. Accelerated. Her breath accelerated. Her sound and torchlight to the moon. Ground of a park. Her breath accelerated. She fell. She tripped. She stumbled. What did she do? She trembled. Her breath accelerated. Going out in short puffs. Short puffs. To Why did he keep saying his name? Toya said Yuri. I'm deleting that one. Yuri, because Toya already says Yuri enough. I don't need her doing the same thing. As Toya ran after the other Meg, the hall slowly lit up. The echo of their small, hurried steps caused a few torches ahead of them to burst awake. The flames each lit a small area, casting their long, arched flames against the wall. Toya stretched out his hand. Yuri, he croaked. The Meg with the pink bow almost stopped. How did this other creature know her name? Could it be Toya? What if it wasn't? Or what if it was the one who killed him? Didn't that man know her name? The one who killed him. She shook her chest lid, her tongue peeked out and retreated. It couldn't be him. This is a nightmare, all a dream. They never made it. She was back to being chased. The pitter-patter of their steps slowly transferred to the rustling of grass. Soon the crunch of leaves and sticks followed. The thrum of her heart became the whistle of the wind. The croaks of her name became crazed laughter. Yuri reached her hand out in front. Toya, she repeated. The stick-like appearance of her hands faded to flesh. The buzzing of the insects joined the enveloping sound. Her vision in front of her changed from stone and torchlight to the moonlit ground of a park. Her breath exhilarated, coming out in short puffs. And quick. Pitter-patter. This whole entire paragraph is going to need rewritten. Coming out in quick puffs. Toya ran behind her. Behind her. His thin hand stretched out. Jack finally finished his grieving. Jack finally finished his grooming. He had a choice to make. Even though he was bleeding, he spun around and followed Toya, his axe in hand. Wait! Don't. Go deeper. Toya! Move! Stop! He heaved, running toward them. He heaved, running toward them. Why was he running toward them? He heaved, running toward them. I don't go to him, step. He heaved, running toward them. He heaved, running toward them. He drew his wounds burning. His wounds burning. Burning, burning, burning. Are we burning? Are you burning? I am burning. I don't know. Are we burning? Are we dead? Are we here? Oh, torchlight. A girl screamed a girl. Roger and Oscar, her skin a deep hazel with splashes of henna shades. Roger glanced over Rachel. Don't you think we should let people know their place? Having coin doesn't make one a rider. Status doesn't matter here, said Rachel. Roger sneered, his eyes looking over to Elin. His fist clenched. Well, where's he going? Couldn't take a few taunts? Apologize. Rachel snapped. No, Roger pressed his chest out. A gathering group of big students surrounded them, interested in the drama. Elin stormed to the mucky, muddy, brown ground. Patches of dried grass roped the underside of his tan boots, crinkling as he charged around everyone to the pin where a harness Mexican dragging sent. He pulled out the harness, tossing it away and attaching a thin one to the underside. And attached within one to the underside. Rachel stumped her foot, sinking a centimeter into the ground. She made motions to Roger as they argued. Elin hooked up to the dragon's belly. A thin strap down the center and around the legs, as to not hinder their wings. Elin whistled, causing the dragon to flap once, releasing the glass twice, caught everyone's attention. On the fifth flap, it lifted off the ground. Rachel's round eyes opened. There's no rider. Her head switched left to right, looking for Elin. Roderick noticed a hand on the underside. He even rides the dragon like a freak. Tough. That's what Baron said. Rachel. So it's I thought matter. I thought status didn't matter. Didn't matter. It only Too bad. How's the rating going? I don't know. I kind of don't know what I want to write. I was working on Reborn as a Mimic. And I'm just sort of switching over to the Son of a Merchant one, the dragon riding one. It's been... I don't want this one. I'm pretty lax right now. How's your day going? It only matters when you want it to. I fixed Henna Shades. Some things. Maybe I feel like writing zombies. Hearing you. Text on the door. Fire. Shut it. Okay. Says... Are you still there? Did I just drop off completely? Shut it. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh? That's not a bad thing to do. It's definitely can waste some time. I need to get back into it. Text narrowed his eyes. Text glanced. Never does. Never. For starting a vehicle. Starting a vehicle. After. It's a hold of engines. Follow. That's a good end to that chapter. I might head back to this one. I don't know what I want to write. Like, I know what I have to write. I know what I need to get out. I need to get this finished. I might make this a short chapter. A very short one. He was running towards him. He drew his axe. His wound is burning. All steps. All of the noises. Yeah. I think I'm gonna make this one a short chapter. And then the next chapter is gonna be a bit longer. I gotta redo this whole paragraph. There's too many of these than that. I know what happens after this chapter. It is called... You're completely fine. It's called Reborn as a Mimic. The one before that one was Twine, Flame, and Blood. Or Twine, Blood, and Flame. Which that one was a zombie one that's futuristic. End of world. Magic was involved and things went to hell rather quickly. And the main character was asleep for like a long period of time and she just woke up. And she has a complicated backstory all on her own. That's gonna come into play. But yeah, this one is Reborn as a Mimic, or Rebirth. If you want to find it on web novel, if you know what web novel is. But yes. Essentially, the main character died, and now he's a mimic, and his girlfriend is a mimic. And they're in a dungeon. And when he first awakes, he runs into a group of adventurers, and he just saw her, so now he's chasing down his girlfriend. Hello, how are you doing? So now he's chasing down his girlfriend, and she's getting flashbacks to the night that she died. She doesn't really know if it's him or not. Granted, she just saw him eat, like, things. Because he's a mimic, and he doesn't really have full control. And it's supposed to be a leveling thing, too. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the leveling system in. But it has a leveling system, but his leveling system is a bit off. Hello, how are you doing, sir? Drolton. But yes. So, it is currently. And he's dead. What happened? Okay. So the main character of this is dead. But he's technically alive now? Let me read this part. Dry cotton and copper. Toya stuck his tongue out, tasting salt. His vision blackened out, blurring on the edge of a rainbow that slowly faded, revealing reality, a dark stone floor, and a ceiling with dark wooden beams. He tried turning his head to the left and then to the right. Toya grunted at the thunky, heavy movement. He reached a clawed, wooden, brittle hand back to grasp the back of his neck. His breath froze. He patted again and again, feeling stiff wood with small, cold metal hinges. He opened his mouth wide, screaming, what is this? He tried to speak. The syllables felt unnatural and rough. His thin wooden arm shifted to his front, shaken. Toya's whole body trembled. Items knocked and slid against his wall. His tongue lashed out against his bottom, sharp, pointed teeth. As his tongue stuck out, the sounds of multiple people walking caught his attention. Essentially, this character was murdered, and he wakes up as a mimic. And the first people he meets is a group of adventurers that die in the next 2 chapters. And only one of these adventurers survive. I can continue to read if you guys want. But that's essentially what's happening. And should have stayed behind. Part 1 and 2 is basically the adventurers taking the mimic with them, and then it just going downhill from there. And Blood Curdling is sort of the aftermath, and I'm on Torchlight right now, which is essentially Toya trying to track his girlfriend. Yes, it is. It was supposed to be in the spirit of Lit RPG. Like I said, it has a leveling system and stuff, but it doesn't make sense right now, and I don't know if I'm ever going to fully explain the leveling system. I think eventually I have to, because he's the only one with a leveling system. I haven't really fully thought it out. Is there any questions? I like answering questions, so never be afraid. But yeah, it was supposed to be like my first foray into Lit RPG. And they're usually very long running. Why is he the only one with a leveling system? I haven't fully decided that if it was just like a mercy thing given by a god yet, or if it's just somebody, or it's just like some trickster playing around. I might make it that everyone has one. Oh, well, thank you. Well, sometimes I get tripped up in my own words and stuff, and I get too excited when I read, so I probably would never make a good narrator for very long. I'm really tired right now. But I haven't fully decided what all is going to be involved in it. List of living is it because I want? Is it because I want? I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, this is the first run through for it. So some of the things, if when I get down later, I might take the leveling system out or I might keep it in. It just depends if the leveling system sticks. So this is, like I said, it's my first time writing something like this. And if I don't know, if I don't try. But I am posting it, so. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Thank you. Thank you. My original intent was to make it a leveling system story, though. Because it was going to involve adventurers and him having to learn skills. But I didn't want it to be just because he gained the levels that he automatically had it. No, I wanted this character to actually work for it. So he was also gonna have like a teacher somewhere in here teaching him some of the stuff, even though he did gain the levels. Because he's a mimic, his movements are gonna be thunkier and clunkier. So when I did it as like I didn't want it to be, I wanted it to be grindy. Basically, I want it to be like, yes, he's a mimic. Yes, he did gain those levels, but it's not going to be automatic. It's something that he's going to have to work for. So I wanted it to be like a progression thing. If that makes any sense. I should get back to this. I can continue to read if you guys want me to. I really don't know where I'm going to take it from there. I know that chapter is nearing its end. But I do have to rewrite it. Because I know how it's going to end. And then it's going to be a time skip. And then they're going to end up at the Adventurers Guild. I'm not sure how, because I sort of mended his vocal cords. I'm not sure how mended they are. I think I fully mended them. I think that was a level I gave him. Yeah, my husband listens to a lot of lit RPGs too. And he was complaining about them. Because he listens to enough of them to where, like, all of them are sort of, like, the same to him in certain bits and points. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make one. Just because they're all you complain about. And then I was like, you know what? I really want to do a mimic one. Because I don't see too many of them, and haven't read any mimic ones. And the one I did read had, like, the person automatically being like, I can do this and this because I copied them. And I'm like, no, thank you. But each to their own. Like, it could be a story with some progression in it. I don't know. Like, it was an alright story. but it's just not what I wanted to write. I didn't realize my music had stopped. I'm debating if I should turn it back on. A group of men walked into the room through a square frame. They all wore trousers, boots, various armors, and thick cotton tunics. "It's a mimic!" a man shouted. Before Toya could comprehend, his tongue shot out, wrapping around a quiet man, lifting him up in the air. The man squirmed and grunted and wiggled and finally screamed, "Help me! Help me!" The other members readied their weapons. One went to launch. "My tongue! My tongue!" As the trapped man wiggled, Toya's tongue constricted, squeezing. "No! Help! Bad! Toya no understand! Hurt! Died! Bleed! Girl! Yuri! No! Toya no want this," said Toya. His voice shrilled, high and crackly. Mm, it was a web novel. Not sure it was a lit RPG. He's read a couple. The one he really liked was with a talking axe named Frank, and they were in a virtual video game. The men glanced at each other. "Sweat drops forming. Did that mimic just talk?" said one of the men. "I need to change this." The men glanced at each other. "Yeah, I want to change this. So I want to know." We're going to bold this. Because I eventually want to change it. I don't like this sentence. "Who cares if a mimic talks? It has been known for them to mimic sounds to lower other people in. To lower people and other creatures to it." The yelling man pointed toward the mimic. "He is one of our group as well." A tall big man with red hair broke away from the group. He stopped walking when he reached Toya. "My name is Jack." Jack pointed behind him to Toya's extended tongue. "That coward is Sam. Those two are Merv and Tom." He held out both hands flat toward the mimic. Toya backed away until he reached the stone wall, his legs shaking. The guy wrapped in Toya's tongue screamed again. Everyone once again ready. "Yeah, there we go." Readied their weapons. Jack flipped around. "Hold!" He then turned around. "Hey, little buddy, can you release Sam?" "How to release?" Toya questioned. His claw-like fingers gripped the stone wall behind him. "Just relax, little buddy," Jack replied. He knelt down and pounded the top of Toya's curved lid. The other two free members of the party exchanged quick, horrified looks. Toya's knobby shoulders sank. He closed his eyes and his tongue slowly unraveled, retreating inside. Toya placed both hands in front of himself. His wood seemed a shade darker before the lid opening under the clasp. That is a mistake. I wonder if I fixed that. Toya squeezed his eyes shut. Shim sounded as he fell through the air, landing harshly on the ground. His eyes swirled. He groaned before jumping up. "Hey, this mimic tried to eat me. Why are you all just standing around?" Toya's eyes shot open. He darted away. Jack rejected his hand. "Hey, ma'am, apologize appropriately to Sam." Toya raised a shaky arm to himself. "Me?" Jack stood up and with folded arms. "Of course you. Your name is Min now. Since I named you, you're my responsibility." Toya had opened and closed his lid. He tilted left and then right. "Not Mim. I am Toya." Jack grumbled. He frowned, causing his chin dimples to show. "Don't talk back. Just accept my love." "No, terrible name." Toya dashed over to Sam. His clawed His clawed, narrow feet scampered against the stone. Sam panicked, trying to reach for his weapon. He fell back. A loud thud echoed in the torchlit chamber. Mervyn and Tom exchanged looks. Toya bowed before Sam. I apologize. Jack pulled out 3 strips of jerky. Good boy, now come to Daddy. We're not keeping it. Merv, Tom, and Sam shouted together. Sweatdrops developed on Toya. No. What do you mean, no? Jack shouted. I have jerky. Don't feed it. Jack's group shouted. Jack frowned, giving them a hard look. I will feed it if I want to, he sulked. I mean, he's just so cute. Jack tiptoed over. He pointed both arms at Toya. Toya turned toward the other members of Jack's party. Need help, he said in a crackly voice. Tom blinked. Huh? You need help? Toya nodded. Merv glanced at everyone with sweatdrops developing. We aren't seriously considering this, are we? Girl missing, Toya belled. I am useless. The girl missing is friend. Can they even understand me, he thought. Jack's brow furrowed. Because he can't talk straight, so I wanted to mimic that a little bit. I don't know if I managed it. We'll see where I have some issues. I should read my stuff more out loud more. Jack's brows furrowed. He slowly stretched his hand out and rubbed the top of Toy's lid. Good boy. So you must have been so alone. You don't have to worry anymore. We'll take good care of you. Tom, Sam, and Murph stood on their toes, leaning toward Jack. The hell we will. These people do not feel bad. Toya raised his top half and lowered it. I thank you. Stop with the bowing. Tom wagged a finger at Toya. I bet he's trying to lower us to more of his friends. So that... I don't know. I think I have to go through and fix that. I will have to go through and fix that. Syllables felt unnatural. Some of it was very unnatural to read. I'm glad to shoot the sweatshirts going. Did that man just said one of the men? That might be fine. Where's another one? This one seems for the lid opening it under the class. So you wanted to convey that Toya couldn't speak properly or just he couldn't form proper words at all. He can form some words, but he can't speak full length sentences yet. I think that's what I was trying to convey, but I don't know if I did that. I think that's a level he gains. I'm on web novel. I also have a book on Amazon. I actually on web novel underneath 2 different parts. I'm contracted by A&E. So they have me releasing stuff underneath them, and then I have an actual profile on there. But I never get paid because I never do the work. Like, I do the work and I don't. But because of my schedule and stuff, I'm trying to work myself up to being able to do the work. If that makes sense. Because it's a lot. It's just called web novel. I also have a short story collection on Amazon. But I'm gonna be releasing another book soon on Amazon. Whenever the editor gets finished with that one, they're at the last 4 chapters, I think. And they have to redo it a couple of times, so it might be a while before I get it. I called them this afternoon too, because I can see like where they stopped. And it's been like a couple of days, so I wanted to make sure everything was okay. It seems like I have a lot of free time, but I'm trying to... I guess I really have no excuse other than not really having the energy to do it. I worked full time. I work full time and I'm trying to build awareness of myself and I'm not doing a very good job with the awareness thing. I did so much better in the beginning. Ah, that's part 2. Yes, staying still is not really my best suited thing. But when I stream, I can semi stay still. I can swirl and twirl in my seat. I still have to do videos and stuff for tonight. It works. Um, I can understand that. There was a time of where I was barely working or very motivated to do anything. I need to do it, or else I'm gonna be stuck in the same cycle, and I don't want to be stuck in the same cycle anymore. I'm tired of being in the same cycle. I wanna do things and not be in the same cycle and be able to be self-employed and make my own choices. I want to do what I want to do and I realize that I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do. I keep jumping up and down. I'm like, why am I jumping up and down? And I forgot I increased my thing and I'm like, "Yeah, no, you can see like where there's air. You can see that I don't have a bottom half." So we're going to drop the movement scale down a little bit. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah. Ha ha. No, my bottom half is a mystery. I need to be better at it. I realize that I don't want to be stuck in the same cycles that I have been. Yeah, you could see that there is no bottom part. I am literally just a top half. I was like, "Oh, that's not good." Yeah, I increased the movement speed and I didn't think about that. I dropped it back down. I forgot when I did that. I might do some VTubing soon. I haven't fully decided because I have to fix all the models to fit all the emotions except for the one. And I'm too lazy. To be completely honest, that's why I've been sticking with the PNG tubing, and I don't mind the PNG tubing. I like my PNG tuber. I like it. I have a few of them I can switch to. I forgot. I wanted to pick up my phone and I went to click on something. But yes. I figured I'd get on here for a little bit tonight and just do some writing. Share some of my writing with the world. So it doesn't seem like it's very good writing right now. Uh, that makes sense. That makes sense. A lot of people actually do that. They don't actually watch the stream themselves. They actually pull it up for noise or something, and then they just type in chat, or they just don't even worry about what's going on in the stream. They just like how the streamer sounds. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I might call it for tonight. I started. Yeah, because I think Torchlight's almost finished. I gotta rework that whole entire paragraph, and I'm not looking forward to that. It makes sense. Eventually, I'm probably gonna be doing streams where I can't show my work. I'll just throw the keyboard up and be typing. Cause I have cause I have like 3 stories that I can't show before they're actually posted. I can read the free stuff on them. I think I have the unedited versions of what I post. I need to change that cover. I can read all of this, I think. Because these are free. I might just. There's my old stuff's behind there because I'm too lazy to freaking do what I gotta do. I exited out. Why are you not? There we go. I'm alive! Har har har. Well, this might be heading to the end of the stream. Oh, maybe not. I haven't fully decided. I know what you mean. Do you have Steam? Do you have Steam? Do you have a Steam? If you want to do, you can do header 1. Let me show you something. Do you know how to do header 1 and header 2 in Google Docs? It will make chapters for you. Let's see. Hold on. I don't know if I have Google Docs. I have a Google Docs. They have a nifty little program for $10 called Nimble. You can encrypt the stories that you write in there, and it makes chapters. I can actually show it. Let me show Nimble. And I can show how to do the header stuff in Google if you're interested. Because... Hello, welcome back! I just got lazy, that's all. You didn't really miss anything. I'm talking about writing programs. Hold on, let me see if I can. There we go. Open Steam. I'll just be a second. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna minimize me. If I can minimize me and move me. So, and then we're gonna go to Atticus. We're gonna do Nimble. All right, so this is Nimble. This is about $10 on. I can show you how to set up the headers in Google Docs to make it function like chapters, because my editor organizes in Google, and Atticus cost money, and we don't always have the money to throw around. I didn't even have the money at the time to throw around for Atticus, but Atticus is a good program. This program I spent $10 on. This one I'm showing you is called Nimble. It's on Steam. And you go to your this little book thingy over here, and you can basically create chapters. And copy and paste does work in here. So if you just want to copy and paste everything over, you can do that. Let's see what story I was gonna. No, I don't want to save. So essentially, yeah. This is a nifty little program. It has its own spell check and everything, and of course, it has an encryption thing. So you can encrypt your stuff. Atticus has chapters in it, and it has a lot of nifty features, but that is obviously going to be more than $10. It just depends on how much money you want to throw around. I did not have the money at the time. I should have got my refund, because it wasn't what I thought it was. There's also Skyver, and Skyver is about $50. And Skyver, I'm going to show you Skyver. I'm sorry if this is a little boring. I'm just showing. Has a lot of neat features. This is my. So you can actually hook up your Skyver to your Dropbox, and if you have an iPhone, it'll share your data between the iPhone and the Dropbox to your computer. Or if you have a computer, you can share that with the Dropbox. This one also does chapters, type of thing. And you can actually choose how you want to do it. If you want to do an ebook, a fiction one, stuff like that. Skyver, so it would be Nimble, Skyver, and then Atticus. Atticus was about $100, and I did not buy these programs all at once. I started out with the lowest program and then moved my way up. Yes. But like I said, you can also do headers for your chapters. You can turn your chapters into headers into Google Docs, and it'll create a little thing on the side. I like Nimble. It's it's simple. It's easy and it's cost effective. It just depends on what you're looking for. And of course, Steam has the workshop too. So if you ever want to find like different things for it, you can. I actually plan to go back to Nimble to rate some of my stories. Integral is not in, then Nimble would be the way to go for you. Skyver is a little more intensive, and Atticus is relatively easy on certain points, but also I don't know how to add in different fonts and stuff. I'm not professional either. I'm trying to be though. But yeah. I would highly suggest Nimble. Nimble is definitely a good way to go. It is. It is. It costs like what? It doesn't even cost that much. Let's see, store page. I gotta exit family view. And it still gets updates as far as I'm aware. It's $10, like I said. But yes. And they have like little goals and stuff. I'm sorry if I was a bit boring. Yes, you will. I'm gonna say that I actually have 2 books planned in Nimble, but I have not started writing. Just because I like having, because the simplicity of it all is is a less distraction. I kind of want bubble tea now. I can't have tea anymore. Oh, and hold on. I was gonna show you something in Docs, wasn't I? Docs. All right. Yeah, I decided to join a religious thing, and there's no tea or coffee. But soda isn't against the word of wisdom, so I drink a lot of soda. Neither is the Crystal Light Energy things. Shifty eyes. You know, I miss the most are refreshers. I love refreshers. but they're made with green tea or green bean coffee. So I can't have those. I joined a religion. I was I I was in a like I have no excuse. I just I just went off and did it. Not thinking of the consequences or about the people that I meet or anything about that. I went off and joined a cult. I was in sort of like a low point, I guess. True. True. What was it? All right. So this is one of the stories that I shown earlier in stream. I can have herbal tea because as long as it doesn't have green tea or black tea, I can have it. I basically get the fruit stuff that pretends to be tea. Oh no. Yikes. Probably. Everybody has their moments. So, I'm gonna show you. So, you want to go do heading 1, and then we'll make up a title. Because I know, right? So, what this will do is this will, doing the headings in Google Docs creates this little thingy on the side. And then it basically, you get the drift, right? If you're creating chapters and you label them as heading 1 or heading 2, it should create tabs, and then you can just click instead of having to do a continuous scroll or anything. I should get back to writing. I fooled around enough. But I'm not sure what I want to write now. Yes. Blueberry teas, pomegranate teas, pineapple teas, those things are in. It was a function I thought they got rid of, but then they brought it back, and I sort of had to learn how to use it. It was something because I have some stuff with some chapters in it, and I didn't want to scroll all the way down, and my editor certainly didn't want to scroll all the way down all the time. Yeah, I should. I probably will. I'm just having a brain fart at the moment. It's like fireworks are going off in my mind. I should. I think I'm gonna have to log off here to get something done tonight. Thank you for the head pats. I appreciate. But I was supposed to be doing things. I don't mind talking about this stuff because if it's information that I have that I can help somebody else out with, I don't mind. Especially when it comes to Google Docs, because that can be a mess. But yes, I suggest if you want to give Nimble a try, it's very cost effective and is a nifty little program. And I do own it, so I know what I'm talking about. I own Skyver and I own Atticus too. Headsets! Headsets! Well, I'm going to get off here. And you guys have a good night. Thank you. I want to stream more, but I'm like, I gotta get stuff done. Stuff. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. You are very much appreciated and adored. All of you all.